The one thing that stands out about Travis in Retail Sales Pro is marketing expertise, his technical ability to have focused detail on marketing work that's effective and creates results. I'm a sewing machine and vacuum cleaner retailer. My name is Chris Blakeman, and I started out working in a sewing machine and vacuum cleaner store when I was in college, and ended up deciding to open my own business when I was like 26, 27 years old. I opened a store in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and was able to do really well in my first year, and I bought another store in Casper, Wyoming, and then I bought another store in Boulder, Colorado, and then opened another store in Loveland, Colorado. I got to a point where I had a lot of inventory, over like $1.5 million of inventory, built up a lot of debt from scaling my business really fast. I scaled out to 4 retail locations over a period of about 6 years. Sewing machines, especially, are very esoteric. They're very specific. They're very technical now. We sell machines in the $10,000 to $20,000 price point. We're basically selling equipment out of a retail brick and mortar store. I like sewing machines and they're cool, and I enjoy selling them, but I have other passions in my life that I'm like way more passionate about, that I know that I can make a vehicle for my business. So I made the decision to say, okay, well, I'm going to start looking into closing my stores and selling them. Maybe selling them, but ultimately, like, I'm just going to get out, because from what my friend told me, it didn't make sense. And ultimately, like, to me, being in business is way more about happiness and helping other people than it is about just trying to make money and not do such life, right? I went to YouTube and I looked up how to close a retail store. It just, in my mind, as I started playing it out, I was like, well, if I close down one of my stores, there's so many moving parts to that. I found a video pretty much top of the queue that was a gentleman that Travis had worked with, Retail Sales Pro, and he had an empty storefront. There was no merchandise in it. He was just enthused. I mean, he was super stoked because he had sold everything, including his fixtures. Everything was sold. And so I watched this video and he was talking about the process. So I looked into it more and I went to the Retail Sales Pro website, and right away, just from reading the copy on the website, Travis's story about why he's in business, which was pretty much in line with like my theories of business, I was like, okay, this is legit. I could just tell it was legit right away. But really, when I actually got to talk to Travis, and Travis told me that he had worked with somebody in my industry before, that was really important to me, because Travis had the experience of basically doing the same thing before, and was able to tell me very specific things about that sale that to me made a lot of sense, and spoke to me that he knew he was doing. So, we moved forward, we paid the invoice, we set up the marketing, and that involved like doing a substantial mailer, setting up some digital marketing. The sign kit was great. Travis sent me a sign kit and actually walked me through setting it up. We got on a Zoom call, we talked about it, we looked at all the materials, made sure they were all there, very thorough, very detail oriented with that. We put the signs out very strategically in the store, so they're very visible. We got our discounts set up, our initial discounts. And there was a whole process for that we followed over a 2.5 month period. The launch day was great, actually. We had a line of people out the door. There was probably, I think we had like 20 or 30 people just waiting to come in, which in Cheyenne, Wyoming, that's a lot of people. So we were able to drive traffic in Cheyenne, Wyoming on the launch day. And we still did, I think, around like $40,000 on launch day. On just the initial day, we were cash positive on our investment on the initial launch day of this campaign. And then after I think it was about a week or 2 weeks in, that's when COVID-19 hit. And I think there's just a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty. Even when we did the launch day, we had people coming in wearing gloves, they had masks. They still wanted to buy merchandise. They were still coming in and buying merchandise. And when the government restrictions started coming down, then it turned into ghost town. So we just started doing a lot of Facebook live feeds. Like, I started going live, talking about the sales, showing the signage, showing our products that were heavily discounted. We had some featured items that were very heavily discounted. Travis just kept doing the email marketing. We kept putting messages out. He kept putting out the messaging to the customers. But it was like guaranteed that like Saturday was like slammed, was just like crazy, just nonstop people. The results of my sale during a pandemic were absolutely better than I expected. There's no question about that. We probably turned the sewing machine merchandise in that store 3 times. We actually brought in more product into that store from our warehouse to keep turning product over. We moved out like probably 80% of the furniture in the store. We turned a lot of the small merchandise. We actually had to bring in more of the small merchandise, vacuum cleaner bags, thread, stabilizers, the consumable stuff. Like after the first 2 weeks, there was some stuff we were just sold out of that we needed to have in stock that the customers like were regularly coming in for. So there was definitely a really good turn in merchandise. I think for like for annual business, it was like 65% of like the total, what the year was or something the year before. And without running this sale, we would not be in the financial position or have the books. Things wouldn't be in place for it to be a healthy transition. I chose Travis and Retail Sales Pro to help me with my going out of business sales because I could tell Travis had the experience and training of a professional marketer that's effective. I could tell that there was already a track record in place of success. I also enjoyed the level of communication. I chose because of the level of communication, like even just the initial level of communication and reactivity was very professional. If you're going through this process of running a going out of business sale as a retailer, or even if you're just considering it, but let's say you're getting ready to do this, I would definitely recommend Travis because you need somebody with experience or else you're going to lose probably hundreds of thousands of dollars. I would absolutely hire Retail Sales Pro again.